A mermaid is an aquatic creature with the head and upper body of a human female and the tail of a fish. Mermaids appear in the folklore of many cultures worldwide, including Europe, Asia, and Africa. In some traditions, mermaids are benevolent as they could bless or even fall in love with humans.
And I wish there's a real mermaid in this
yes.
life.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe there is. Now in Singapore, you can learn to be a mermaid, or Syrena is Singapore's first mermaid, the founder of the Singapore Mermaid School. The place is also the first in the world to offer a holistic mermaid syllabus.
There is a syllabus
that's
to become
amazing.
a mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you have to hold your
Like a
breath for
curriculum.
certain minutes? Or maybe an hour or something?
It must be, right? Because it seems like what they're doing right now, they have
Yeah.
to swim, but
Yeah.
they have to also smile. And there's a lot of aquarium right now. One of the aquarium right here in Jakarta also has a mermaid show.
Yeah.
And she's like, the mermaid has to be very happy.
How long was the show? If you remember.
It's about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, not
Yes.
breathing,
And they have-
breathing that's
yes.
impossible. That
While,
has to
while
be,
moving very flexibly.
Yeah, that too.
If they've got like some oxygen tank
Yes.
somewhere
Yes.
hidden in their costume
But
or
they
something.
cannot appear like they have a
No.
burden.
Maybe on the very tail of it.
Yes.
And then you have that, right?
curious.
You have your costume, and that's a little hefty, of course,
Yes.
when you're inside the water.
That's
so
true.
we want to know more about this. That's why
too.
right now we're connected with Syrena. We'll talk about mermaids. Hello, Syrena. How are you?
Hi guys, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Are you underwater? No, you're not.
It looks like
There you are.
she is.
Your hair is so
there she is.
beautiful. Oh, my goodness.
I have my crown here actually. Do you guys want me to put it on?
Yes, please. Yes. Oh,
my
my goodness.
God.
Look at that.
Oh, super
So,
cute.
Nice.
Wow, it's beautiful.
I brought one for you guys too, but you're a little far away.
I know. We wish we could be there for with you. You know what, Syrena? After
swim there.
today,
But, yeah.
seeing you, I've changed my mind. Ariel is no longer my favorite mermaid.
Yeah,
it's
you
you.
are.
Serena is our favorite mermaid.
We have to swim
That
there.
means so much to me. Thanks.
So,
guys.
Serena, please take us through your journey. How long have you been a professional mermaid?
So I've been a professional mermaid since university, which honestly now feels like a lifetime ago, but in reality it's about close to 10 years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
a
well,
decade.
I mean, there are a lot of Disney princesses. But
yes.
why did you choose to be a mermaid? Do you love mermaids so much that you want to be one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for me, I always approached mermaiding from a mythological and cultural
Ah, yeah.
standpoint.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's this quote by C.S. Lewis, who of course is the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, and I love it because he says, if I find in me desires that are for another world, the only logical explanation is that I was made for another world. But in some case, that world doesn't exist yet, so you have to go out and create it.
Yeah.
So for me, I started out very much being drawn to like the concept of like creating my own mythological world. I love the old myths of mermaids, and I find it fascinating that regions all over the world have very similar myths. I think in Indonesia you have one as well.
Yep.
Someone called the Nyi Roro Kido. I hope
Yeah.
I'm pronouncing that
Kido.
right.
Yep, that's
Yes.
right.
It's
Yeah,
a Japanese mermaid.
That's right.
And we love how you say if you don't find a world that you want to live in,
You
then
create
go out
one.
and create one.
That's right.
Yes, performing choreographies in mermaid costume may not be easy. So what are the difficulties that you have faced as a mermaid?
Yeah, I always tell people like mermaiding looks effortless, but it's really about making the painful look like it's not painful at all.
Oh, wow.
So, there are a lot of things to multitask. When you go into the water, your hair is in your face, but you got to make sure it looks magical and
Slowly.
ethereal. There's water stinging your eyes and your sinuses. There definitely have been some fun, challenging stories. So on one of my favorite gigs, I did a gig for Iron Orchard, and I was in this custom-made tank that was just outside Tiffany's, and it was beautiful. But the way to get into my tail was tough. So they erected a little tank, a tent over the tank, and I had to change inside the tank, which is really hard because my tail weighs, upwards of 15 kg, and usually I require leaves to put it on. So that's a bit of a trade secret. So the water was like 1.5 meters, and I'm 1.6 meters tall. So there I was kind of floundering, trying to get my tail on. And it was just a few minutes before the tent was supposed to move out of the tank.
Yeah.
So I was crying, and I was like, I can't put this mermaid tail on and everyone's going to see me. So in the end, I finally got it on after a lot of struggle, but it was tilted to the side and my feet weren't in the foot pockets, which made swimming really hard. So I think there's a clip somewhere of me performing for that specific performance, but that's one that I'll always remember.
Wow. And you know what? It's just, you're making this just so magical, you know, for your audiences. Yes, and for all of us. And, you know, people need to know such a great, you know, there's such a great efforts that needs to be done for you to perform yourself as a mermaid and becoming a mermaid. And of course, if we're seeing your performance also, like you were saying, the one in front of Ayan, you know, it lasted for hours, and it seems you're just kind of like enjoying yourself under the water and whatnot. So what kind of exercise do you need? Especially, you know, we were talking about how long can we, you know, hold our breath underwater, and you make it so seamlessly and so effortlessly. And what precaution that you need to, you know, you need to do if you don't want things, you know, bad happen, especially for your performances.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband who's watching this always tells me to stretch. And I never stretch.
Oh, really? Stretching. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, besides that, you know, water is such an interesting element to work with because there's this constant tension of control and release. On one hand, you want to be in control of all your faculties and you want to kind of feel dominance over the water, right? So that you don't feel afraid of it or performing in it. But at the same time, the more you release and kind of let go, the easier it is. So it's a very paradoxical medium to work with, but that's part of why I love it. For me, I think a lot of it goes with client communication. Being able to communicate with my clients, okay, this is what I can do, this is the scope, you know, what do I need, what do I want, so that we're able to work very safely in those parameters. In that river safari performance that you're watching over there, we had this amazing, robust team of safety divers who would watch out for us for every single dive. They were so on the ball and so amazing. And for Halloween, they actually dressed up in cute little skeleton costumes and went underwater as well. So I can't say enough about just, you know, having your request out there and having it met by your client.
And it's just us as a human, I think we're just, with the element of water, we're used to it, right? And when we're in our mother's womb, we're also somewhat submerged under our mother's, you know, waters and liquids and whatnot. And you know, we've seen a lot of, you know, clips when we see babies can actually really go them swim and whatnot. So I guess it comes natural for us.
Perhaps.
Maybe we have mermaids in us.
That's a calling for us, right?
I mean, if babies can do it, you guys can too, right?
Yeah. But I mean, we're very wanting to know, other than the persona that you need to develop to become a very beautiful mermaid underwater, what is the basic, you know, principles as a mermaid that you need to have? Is that a skill of diving? Is it a skill of not breathing for a long time? Or is there anything, or swimming skills that you have to achieve? What is it?
So at the Singapore Mermaid School, the requirement we have is that you be able to have a basic sense of water confidence. And this is just to make sure that you won't be totally panicky in the water. So we usually mandate that students have to be able to swim a lap unassisted in human form before they can join us, which is, you know, most of the population. So it's pretty easy to start being a mermaid. I will say after that the learning curve is quite steep, which is why at Singapore Mermaid School we have a lot of different tiers that teach different things. But beyond that, I always say that, you know, everyone's a mermaid. You guys are a mermaid, as long as you have the mindset of grace and elegance and kindness that makes you one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful. Syrena, you have started your mermaid school, and there is a curriculum inside it. Can you explain to us what are the things that you have taught the children that you want that want to become a mermaid?
So the mermaid school is interesting because you guys know I started out as a professional performing mermaid first. And very quickly I started getting messages being like, oh, do you teach? You know, I would love to join. But at that time, I kind of thought that mermaid school was something that I had to be very intentional about and was something that I really wanted to take the time to create. So I spent a few years in my career just carving out a niche for myself and really formulating what it is I thought that mermaids really needed to learn and the order in which they needed to learn them. So the Singapore Mermaid School, when it started, was cool because it was the first mermaid school at the time founded for mermaids by professional mermaids.
Well done.
And we had a structured syllabus. So when people come in, it's really all about like learning to feel comfortable in the tail for the first level. And as they go on for future levels, we start tacking on like more skills and techniques, progressions, choreographies,
Right.
prop work. So there's something really fun to look forward to for each level. And also we teach them about mermaid mythology because gotta stay true, right, to the origin story.
Yeah, you have to believe it and be passionate about it and feel real as a mermaid.
Yes.
My inner mermaid right now is igniting. So for those of you, for those of us who want to join your mermaid school, is it only for children or adults like us can also join? And maybe, not only Singaporeans do you have like Indonesian pupils also in your mermaid school? Share with us if you can.
Ladies, rest assured, when you guys fly over to Singapore, I'll have 3 VIP mermaid tail slots reserved for you.
So cute of you.
Yeah, it's such a challenge because Indonesia is such a maritime country. So we have some mermaids,
Let's dive and be mermaids.
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right.
We have kids and adults, and I always say that it doesn't matter what age you are, gender, or body shape, or occupation, everybody is welcome. So our youngest little mermaid ever has been 4.5 years old.
Wow.
And our oldest mermaid has been 64 years old.
So there's a chance for us, guys.
There is a chance. We're like in the middle.
Yeah, so you guys are well within that range.
Middle-aged mermaids.
I need to grow my hair a bit longer because it won't look that beautiful.
No,
when
you have to be
shorter hair.
you, Aaliyah mermaid with your hair. I'm with the hijabi.
You're a hijabi mermaid.
Yeah,
There's a middle-aged mermaids, then we can be millennial mermaids.
Nice, yes.
I love it. I love it. And most of the time, I'll tell you a little trade secret. Most of our mermaid hair is 100% not our own hair.
really?
So you guys know. But shh.
Don't tell anyone,
Okay,
guys.
secret.
Secret. All right. So where can people see you perform nowadays? I mean, if we go to Singapore, maybe we can visit and watch and see you where you are.
Yeah, I'm so happy that events and things are opening back up. I mean, COVID was such a tough 2-3 years for like everyone, performers included. Right now, I'm happy to say that I'm taking bookings again. So we're booking for like kids parties, corporate events. We have a lot of tourists writing into us and asking for like a one-day mermaid experience, which is something we absolutely specialize in. We actually did one for your Balinese princess, Lindy Klim, and her kids, and that was beautiful, such a gorgeous day. So that's something we can absolutely do for you. And if you are interested, you girls, if ever interested in starting a mermaid school in your part of the world and want a partner to work with, that's what I'm here for.
Wow.
Stay tuned to my Instagram as well, and I'll be
Syrena,
posting public performances there when those happen.
I have my one last question. You say there are several levels to become a professional mermaid like you. How much is approximately to be in one level?
Okay. So in terms of levels, the Singapore Mermaid School has 3 core levels, and then we have additional levels after that. So when you complete like those levels, being a professional mermaid is kind of a whole other basket of fish, right? So there's a lot more that goes into that. But I can kind of break it down in terms of like cost of what it takes to look like a mermaid, which is why I have all this amazing stuff behind me now. Would you guys like to know?
Yes. Yep. Of course. Please.
Okay, let's see. So mermaid tails are different sorts. So a fabric mermaid tail, which is what you'll start with, probably starts from a few $100s. And then the realistic silicone tails goes to a couple of thousands.
Wow.
The crown that I have here, and this is the one that I brought for you guys. Look at that.
Oh, so beautiful.
That's so beautiful. The pink version.
Yeah, gorgeous, by Wonderland Arts. Yeah, these cost like upwards of 1,000. And then you have tops as well. And look, I got 3 just for you guys.
Wow. That looks very tropical.
You hold it for us, please, Syrena. We'll be coming.
This is the challenging part.
Yes,
What was that? The one that you held before? Was it the?
What's in English?
Was it the fin?
The fin.
Sorry?
Was it the fin that you held before? Because I'm just very curious.
Yeah,
to
we're
know
guessing
what
it's a
was it.
fin.
Yeah.
Oh, that? Oh, no, that's a top.
Oh, that's a top as well.
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, but it has a seahorse. Oh, a seahorse. Love
This would
it.
fit nicely with it.
Oh my gosh, Syrena. Well, I mean, we cannot wait to be a part of your world very, very soon. Caroline, Aaliyah, and Maria will be there for you. I know.
All right, so hopefully we'll be seeing you and can learn how to become a mermaid.
Yes.
And very, very, very much thank you also for
Yes.
sharing with us your
you.
story and looking just at you right now. I think you're the true mermaid Disney princess.